I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site. No deal for Groupon shareholders. The stock is down as it sees another flop.
I'm Patricia Wu at the New York Stock Exchange. Nanoko is a nanotechnology company, but it could be poised for much more than nano-sized growth.
I'm Remy Blair in San Francisco. The drug pricing wars continue. A Senate investigation is dragging one biopharma into the red. And wireless charging can entangle our frustrations for quick battery life. Is Air Fuel Alliance a game changer?
Welcome to Small Cap Nation. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. Groupon's daily deals business is deteriorating. Sales are down again, and it's named a new CEO to try to turn things around. Co-founder Eric Lefkofsky resigned as chief executive to become board chairman. Rich Williams, the company's new CEO and former chief operating officer, told analysts during a conference call that Groupon would spend $150 million to $200 million more a year in marketing, sacrificing profit and revenue to increase business in the U.S., Canada, and other key markets. Well, Zynga swung to a profit in its third quarter and posted an 11% increase in revenue. But the game developer offered a soft outlook for the holiday quarter. Zynga, the company behind Farmville and Cityville, also unveiled a $200 million share buyback program and announced that Chief Financial Officer David Lee has resigned and will leave the company in December. Zynga is still trying to find the kind of success with mobile apps that it once had on PCs, particularly in games played through Facebook. It continues to struggle with the decline in customers. Well, Lumber Liquidators named John Presley the chief executive. That is effective November 16th. He replaces company founder Thomas Sullivan, who had been acting head of the company. The board touted Presley's experience with turnaround and risk management expertise, among other qualifications. Presley inherits a company trying to reestablish itself. Lumber Liquidators has struggled since a 60-minute segment in March alleged the company sold laminate flooring with unsafe levels of formaldehyde, a carcinogen. The report has pummeled the company's stock, led to sharp declines in sales, and the departures of several top executives, including the CEO at the time. In effect, shares of Lumber Liquidators down 79% in 2015. Well, earnings season is hitting its stride, and lots of small cap stocks still are reporting. So here's a rundown. Amicus Therapeutics had a wider loss than expected. Checkpoint Systems is restating its 2015 earnings on accounting. Chewy's beats expectations and raises its year view. Diplomat also boosted its year view. DSW cut its earnings outlook and named a new CEO. Enphase Energy issued a forecast that trailed estimates. Exco Resources reported a smaller loss than expected and plans a reverse split. Biotech CEO is stepping down as third quarter results missed estimates. Five9's third quarter revenue topped estimates. Fleetmatics boosted its outlook for 2015. HC2 proposed a primary offering of stock worth $50 million. IAMGOLD cut its cash costs. MaxLinear revenue beat estimates. Paycom Software sees revenue higher than expected. Potbelly shares up nearly 4% on good sales. And Quad Graphics cut its revenue forecasts. Silver Spring Networks beats estimates. Third Point Reinsurance met estimates with its loss. U.S. Steel's loss was bigger than expected. And Zendesk reported a smaller than expected loss. Etsy shares plunged to an all-time low as it struggles to remain cozy and local amid more competition. The company, which went public earlier this year, also announced that it had grown its base of both active buyers and active sellers to 1.5 million and 22.6 million, respectively. Now, Etsy is facing competition from another big marketplace, Amazon. Amazon recently announced that it is expanding into handmade products with the launch of Amazon Handmade. And Wendy's getting back its sizzle. It credits its franchise model for the good quarterly results, which showed higher same-store sales. Wendy's also is testing several new menu items in some stores, including a sweet Thai chili chicken sandwich in Phoenix and Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Fort Myers, Florida, and also a queso baked potato in Providence, Rhode Island, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Wendy's shares are up 4% so far this year. Taking research from a lab and turning it into a global business comes with big challenges and potentially big rewards as well. Patricia Wu is at the New York Stock Exchange with more on one company trying to do just that.
Hi, Jane. We're talking about Nanoko. The company is a spin-off of research done at the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom, and they make things called quantum dots. Those are bits of fluorescent material that you use in making television, and Alan Valdez is here with me to talk a little bit more about Nanoko. So what's different about these quantum dots? Does this company have a special sauce?
You know, they do have a special sauce, and it's amazing technology. I mean, I just bought an LCD television. I might as well throw it out. It's already been surpassed by quantum dots, and it's just amazing technology. But what makes them so amazing is they take out this material called cadmium. It's a heavy metal that every other quantum dot maker is using, and it's being restricted both here in the U.S., but overseas in China and South Korea and Europe. So they're way ahead of the game in that technology, and I'll tell you, it is amazing technology. There are a lot of other people in this field, but they're the only ones with that secret sauce. So it's pretty amazing stock. And also, they did a deal with Dow Chemical. They built a multi-billion-dollar deal in South Korea. They're building a plant that can produce these $2,500 television sets, mass market them. So they're under a little pressure now because there are other people doing it, but eventually this stock I think is going to take off.
I also had read that their technology, they patented this process to give the dots better color definition, and also that improves their battery life.
Yes, they use a technology that's as thick as 50 atoms. Can you imagine that? And it goes into these televisions, highly durable, but it makes the picture incredibly clear, and it makes high definition look like black and white. It is so crisp, and the color it's incredible to see, it really is. I mean, I can't praise this technology as much. It really is amazing.
And Jane, you know, I was reading from Transparency Market Research that this market could actually hit $8 billion by 2023. So certainly poised for much more than nano size growth.
Yeah, and remember, Nano's a small stock. It's only a $200 million cap. So, I mean, this stock really has high growth on the up potential.
All right, you heard it here first.
Up next, a Biotech Roundup. The latest winners and losers in the small cap space. We take you to San Francisco when Small Cap Nation returns.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat-trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up their number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Let's go, Serena. Fight. Come on, fight. Can't stop me now. Come on, Serena.
Back to the top. Here we go. 4, 5, 6. Whoa, stop. Let's go back. 1, 2. Whoa, we're gonna stop there. I bet we can do it even better.
It took tennis legend Serena Williams, fencing champion Tim Morehouse, and the world-famous Rockettes years to master their craft. But it took them only moments to master paying bills at Chase.com, depositing checks at Chase ATMs, and transferring funds on the mobile app. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
It's all about earnings this week. The broader market digested a slew of M&A news as well as the latest quarterly results. And when it comes to the biotech sector, what are we seeing?
Hi Jane, we've been seeing wild swings in individual biotech names this week. Whenever small and even mid-sized names in biotech make headlines, we need to consider their size and the volatility. It can be a treacherous journey for many of these companies as well as their products. When there is a massive dip to the downside, we usually get a correction. Now, drug R&D and clinical trials are time and cost intensive. On the other hand, buyouts can sway the smaller names, but trying to predict the up-and-coming blockbuster drug and next M&A target is akin to peering into a crystal ball.
If we take a look at one measure of the sector, the IBB, what are we seeing in terms of annual performance?
If we look at the IBB, several industries within the sector have underperformed or are treading water. If we step back and look at the 7-year chart, it's obvious that biotech has posted positive returns. While it's hard to see any storm clouds on the horizon, caution is still advised. Since 2010, the annualized average for the IBB of the month-over-month performance rate has outpaced the S&P 500. And if you take a closer look at the chart, both indicators peaked in 2011, so blue chips may have dipped after that peak, but biotechs have avoided the same fate.
Well, taking into account the volatile nature of the clinical stage companies, what are we seeing in today's session, especially on the heels of a Senate investigation into drug pricing?
Drug pricing has been a very touchy issue. It has weighed on the sector, and the ensuing bloodbath has been painful. That dip in the index came amid controversy over drug pricing, as well as the ensuing reaction on Capitol Hill. Now, today, a bipartisan investigation into drug pricing was announced. The 2 senators behind the Senate Special Committee on Aging announced the investigation into drug pricing. They do intend to hold hearings on the issue. Now, it's no secret that price hikes cost Americans and seniors a pretty penny. The senators requested information as well as documentation from 4 pharma names, including Graphene, as part of this investigation. And the other pharma names include Valeant, Turing, and Rodellis Therapeutics.
Why is Graphene seeing downside pressure today?
Well, Jane, Graphene shares are down over 10% in midweek trade. Here's a company with a market cap of under $700 million after today's dip. Graphene is a biotech company that is focused on discovering and developing treatments for rare and life-threatening diseases. The company was formerly known as a Desert Gateway. We all know that M&A within the industry equates to huge price hikes. So in terms of buyouts, Graphene acquired Kaolin Biosciences in late 2013, and last March the company acquired Manchester Pharmaceuticals. Now, looking ahead, the Senate committee plans to hold an initial hearing on December 9th of this year. We'll have to wait and see whether pricing will be a headwind for the sector going forward.
Straight ahead, we head across the pond for a look at what's happening in the European markets when Small Cap Nation comes right back.
Good. Very good. You see something moving off the shelves, and your first thought is to investigate the company. You are Type E. Yes, investment opportunities can be anywhere. Or not. But you know the difference.
E-Trade's barcode scanner. Shorten the distance between intuition and action. E-Trade. Opportunity is...
Before they sat down, one more time, just for themselves. Before the last grandchild graced the stage. Before Katie and her husband hit that rough patch. Before Kevin finally came home and the first grandchild arrived. Before the sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, and Brad's brief brush with the law. Before the second British invasion. Before Katie, Debbie, Kevin, and Brad. Before they became a family. There was a connection that started it all and made the future the wonderful thing it turned out to be. We know we're not the center of your life, but we'll do our best to help you connect to what is.
Sometimes the present looked bright, sometimes romantic. There were tears in my eyes, and tears in my eyes. And so many little things that we learned were really the biggest things. Through it all, we saved and had a retirement plan, and someone who listened and helped us along the way. Because we always knew that someday the future would be the present.
Every someday needs a plan. Talk with us about your retirement today.
Graham, how have the European markets been behaving today?
Well, Jane, the European markets went positive late yesterday and have mainly maintained that trend through the day today. The exception being the DAX, which has now dropped off, probably due to more problems at VW coming forward. We have quite a lot of data come out today. The area composite PMI and services PMI, both slow, showing small increases, but at least they were increases. But producer prices fell in the last period and are showing year on year a minus 2.6% drop. But much of this input is due again to energy price falls. So when that works out, it'll be more interesting. We have European retail sales tomorrow. That might be better news, we hope. There's a non-monetary ECB meeting this evening, so there might be some comments out of that after Draghi's speech yesterday. And Reuters have an interesting article today where they have in fact praised Mario Draghi's communication, and the ECB's, to be fair, communication style and comparing it to the Fed and Yellen's recent performance. We have a Bank of England Monetary Committee meeting tomorrow. According to the National Institute for Economic and Social Research, they don't believe that the BOE is going to raise the benchmark rate until next February. So wait and see, but probably no great outcomes from that either.
Well, Graham, what are you looking at today?
Well, Jane, just before we get to the main story, you heard it here first. The bank Japan Post IPO has now turned out to be the largest so far this year, 12 billion, and oversubscribed, and with a huge jump in the value, particularly of the insurance arm, since it's been split off. What makes this interesting possibly is, as we talked about before, the privatization of the Italian post office, Post Italy. On to our main story. We've talked earlier about highly focused companies, and I've got another example for you. Hydale Graphene Industries is a listed AIM company on the London Stock Exchange, and is developing patent pending proprietary, let me read this, scalable plasma process to functionalize graphene and other nanomaterials. Jane, what do you know about graphene?
Nothing really, and you?
Me also. Prior to this story, graphene, I'd never heard of it. Graphene is what is called a nanomaterial and is amazing, or more precisely, it could be amazing if they can work out the technology to process it. This is made from a layer of carbon, one atom thick. It's experimentally been shown that it's mechanically 200 times stronger than steel, has in-plane electrical conductivity higher than copper, thermal conductivity similar to a diamond, and has an incredible surface area of over 2,500 meters square per gram. The issue is it remains to get this fascinating and wondrous properties of this product into real-world applications. And in fact, what this company is doing is creating its proprietary plasma technology to make possible future consistent and scalable development of production of enhanced and graphene nanomaterials in a growing range of applications. Based in South Wales, it is housed in a purpose-built facility laboratory for handling these types of materials and combining them into things as inks, stainless, sensors, energy storage, photovoltaic paints, and all sorts of other coatings. Coatings particularly. This has enabled the company to develop a rapid and highly cost-efficient method of supplying tailored solutions for applications for both raw materials and products. The CEO, Ray Gibbs, believes that commercial graphene success will just be the start for Haydale, and he plans to expand further to broaden the group's portfolio to incorporate similar or advanced nanomaterials. It really is a mind-blowing, I don't know if it's science, technology or what, and chemistry, but it's certainly something to watch for the future.
Some big names come together to get in on the wireless charging biz. How about a change with your Starbucks? Details when Small Cap Nation returns.
Everyone works hard for a reason. Working together, we can help you prepare financially for when 2 becomes 3. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
You want to be the best investor you can be. You want to cut through the noise of an overwhelming amount of analysis. You want the insights that will help you decide which ideas to execute and which to leave behind. You want your trades executed in 1 second or less, guaranteed and routed with institutional quality technology. Look no further. Open an account and find more of the expertise you need to be a better investor.
When I got the phone call that we had received the grant, I held my breath.
To have a program like this is a big reward.
Being a Chase Mission Main Street grant recipient is a game changer.
One of the biggest surprises in starting a small business is the number of hours we should work for the first 20 years.
One of the great things about this grant is that it is going to let us invest in some additional inventories.
It's going to allow this business to go to the next level.
Being a recipient of this grant, we can't be thankful enough.
It's a dream come true, and I'm still in awe.
Tech gadgets can deplete our attention span, and depending on the device, our gadgets eat up battery life. Wireless charging is no longer just a futuristic technology. How is the latest wireless charging alliance powering up the industry?
There's no doubt that wireless charging is easy and convenient. No need to carry around chargers or worry about draining your devices while on the go. AirFuel Alliance combines the Alliance for Wireless Power and the Power Matters Alliance. This merger brings together 195 companies, including multinationals and conglomerates such as AT&T, Intel, Starbucks, and Duracell. This new group will now compete against the remaining competitor in the space, Wireless Power Consortium, or WPC. Now, that consortium is no measly group. It utilizes the CHA standard, and that technology is being used by Nokia's charging ring, and it is also built into IKEA furniture.
So how does the latest rebranding mean for the major players in this space?
The AirFuel Alliance has been in the works for some time. The intention to merge was announced at the beginning of last year. Major tech companies are also double-dipping. Qualcomm, Microsoft, and Samsung have been a part of both wireless charging groups. Now, this charging technology is a fairly new concept. It is similar to the Internet of Things because there is no one set standard, and companies are still in wait-and-see mode. Consumers may like sleek and convenient technologies, but a consensus has yet to be reached in terms of the standard of choice.
The wireless charging technology is one that will be taken for granted, just like many other technologies out there. But how does it work, and what's on the horizon for the industry?
AirFuel products will support both inductive and resonant charging technology. The Power Matters Alliance began with inductive charging, and that's the same wireless charging technology behind WPC, but on a different frequency. Now, the A4WP came out with a next-gen wireless charging technology called Resonance. Now, that name comes from magnetic resonance charging. And devices can be charged from a distance, and people can just place a gadget in a relative charging area. AirFuel will create a single multi-mode solution, and eventually the older brands will be retired, so we can expect new products to sport the AirFuel logo and certification. The companies that are part of the new alliance also plan to support future standards that do not rely on this magnetic technology.
Listen up, investors. What to buy, sell, or hold, our daily segment on what the experts are recommending when Small Cap Nation returns.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So Hat-Trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up your number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Let's go, Serena. Fight, fight. Come on, fight. Can't stop me now. Come on, Serena. Can't stop me now. You don't want me. Can't mess with this. Back to the top. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, stop. Let's go back. 1, 2. Whoa, we're gonna stop there. I bet we can do it even better.
It took tennis legend Serena Williams, fencing champion Tim Morehouse, and the world-famous Rockettes years to master their craft. But it took them only moments to master paying bills at Chase.com, depositing checks at Chase ATMs, and transferring funds on the mobile app. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
In buy-sell-hold action today, Bloomin' Brands cut to outperform at Raymond James. Cabela's rated new overweight at Barclays. C&O Financial cut to market perform at Keefe Bruyette. Everyday Health was raised to a buy at Stifel. Hecla Mining raised to outperform at BMO. Nation Star Mortgage cut to market perform at Wells Fargo. New Star Energy cut to neutral at JP Morgan. Oclaro raised to a buy at B. Riley. And Vail Resorts rated new buy at Janney. Waddell & Reed cut to a hold at Morningstar. American Eagle Outfitters upgraded to a buy at B. Riley. U.S. Steel was downgraded to a hold at Deutsche Bank. And WebMD raised to a buy at Stifel. Thanks for joining us on Small Cap Nation, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, check back for the latest news and research on smallcapnation.com, Facebook, and Twitter.